Hi, this is Soumya Anand. I'm doing a presentation on the marketing plan for Little Red Story, and the product offering here is Hazard Farm Book. Let's go through the main purpose or the core objective of the book. Hazard Farm Book is basically a book which delivers safety precautions which needs to be taken in the farm for children to prevent accidents and fatalities. Um, we know that majority of the Irish population is still in the farming profession and they live near the country or the rural sites. When the parents are working on the farm, children tend to go and play in the farm and they are unaware about the safety precautions which needs to be essentially taken at that time. And there is no hard enforcement of laws in Ireland. For example, you can see kids at the age of 14 or 10 driving tractors at rural highways, and it so happens that parents who are like farmers cannot stay or accompany the kids all the time, and when the kids are not under the supervision, they tend to go and hurt themselves and indulge in self-harm as they don't know about the usage of the equipment. So this book offers a fun-filled interactive learning where it uses augmented reality as its user interface. It basically is a mobile application. When you scan the mobile application over the pages of the book, the story tends to come alive. And this gives the audio and the video simulation gives a better understanding of the safety precautions to the children, as they can see that as when they see the same kind of equipments in the book as well as in the mobile app, and when they see it in the real life, they know what has to be done with it and how they should prevent any kind of accidents. Let's move on to the customer analysis and market segmentation. There are two types of customer segmentation for this customer types for this kind of a book. One can be the urban market and the other can be the rural market. The urban market is a very good focus because you have a group of social omnivores who are basically interested in everything from technology to TV to stories and everything. And in that case, parents in urban area in cities like Dublin and highly developed areas, they would love to get their children these kind of books, which would aid them to have a creative and interactive learning session, instead of sitting and making use of technology almost all the time. It basically becomes a good recommendation. And most of them living in the urban area have high income, as both the parents are educated and are often going to work, and they would prefer this kind of a book for their kids. When it comes to rural markets, it's basically the target market would be places where there are a higher number of farms, and when there are a higher number of farms, there are more number of farmers, and they basically think that this product would be an essential offering to their children, as it is very essential for the children to know about the safety precautions which has to be taken in the farm. This is most importantly aimed at the age group of children between 3 years to 7 years. Let's move on to the industry analysis and product strategy. For industry analysis, we go through Porter's 5 forces. In this case, the threat of new entrants is really high, as any number of new entrants could jump into the market with the same product technology at any time. Threat of substitutes. Threat of substitutes is basically really low because for book reading, the substitute becomes usage of technology which is already being used in this case. And rivalry in the industry, there are many competitors such as aggregates and TED Tractors which are coming up with many much innovative ideas. Power of suppliers is less as the number of inputs is really small. Power of customers is really high because the entire product depends upon the customers. When it comes to product strategy, there are factors such as durability, tangibility, convenience, and packaging are most important to consider, such as you take a book, it has a hard cover and it weighs a lot. Children find it to be more valuable, and it can be easily wiped if children tend to handle the books very harshly, and they should be If there's a hardcover, it provides really good durability of the book and tangibility. As mentioned earlier, it has augmented reality interface, and it is really nice to the sensor. It is really nice to have such a sensorial, visual, and audio simulation. Convenient. The book is conveniently available in supermarkets, bookstores, online. Packaging. The packaging tends should be illustrative, and branding. Putting the brand name in front of the page or in the cover page becomes essential, as when the kids are really vulnerable to brand loyalty. Once they like the book, they start liking it, they go through the brands. Product life cycle goes through 4 stages: introduction, growth, maturity, and decline. The introduction stage, the brand name is not introduced, the full focus is on the product. And the maturity stage, there is brand exploitation, and product also differentiates. That is, in the initial stage you introduce with a basic product, and then in the later stages you get differentiated versions of the product. Let's go to promotion and distribution. So, and when it comes to distribution, there are 3 types of distribution. The first one being from producer to wholesaler, and then retailer, and then consumer. When it comes to wholesaler, wholesalers basically have connections with much more thousands of booksellers, and hence marketing through them would be an advantage, though you have to sell it to them in 50% discount. And then when it comes to retailers, you directly contact retailers. Retailers also have an option to return the books to the producers if they're not sold. And then you have producer to direct customer sales, where it can be done through emails, phone calls, or through the website itself. And then you have promotion, which takes place through internets, bookstores, and schools, where you can go and promote your book as an education in the edtech industry, because it is basically a learning book. And book fests and internet, you can promote the book through social media, which is one of the best ways to connect with the readers. And when it comes to pricing and budgeting, in this case, we use price skimming strategy, where in the initial stages, due to the newest innovation of the product, we introduce it as a very high price, and within this period, we regain all the investment returns. And in the later stages, the prices gradually decline to meet up with the competitors. In this case, the competitor pricing range is around 10 to 20 euros, and our product pricing range is at 14.99 euros, so they lie in a very close range. And when it comes to budgeting, the following budgeting allocations has been done, including social media, and then publishing, promoting, marketing in local newspapers, and for networking. For these kind of businesses, word of mouth plays a very important role. When friends go and recommend such kind of books to their friends, and then the community starts forming. And then you can go through online retails, which are Amazon ads and flyers and postcards. Altogether, the budgeting comes around 800 to 1,000 euros. So that's the marketing plan for Hazard Farm Book. Thank you.